Welcome back, everybody. We're in Lamar, Colorado. We're out on the Eastern Plains on the Santa Fe Trail. We're gonna meet up with my friend Cameron and his family. We have a quick overnight, one-day pronghorn or antelope hunting adventure. I'm here with Cameron. We've been here before griddling, but tonight we're gonna make pizzas.
Cameronese, and tonight we work on our pizziolo skills and make some dough.
Blackstone pizza oven somewhere between 650 and 700 degrees. No pressure tonight either, so yikes. Let's hope it doesn't fail.
I'm ready to eat.
We're doing a bunch of these with garlic butter and cheese, kind of like a cheese bread.
She's a beaut, Clark.
Butter, garlic, green chili. Oh yeah.
The best pizza I've ever had.
7:45 a.m. Out with Cameron, Levi, and Jesse. So far, the name Ghost of the Prairie has been coming to mind because sightings have been few and far in between. Stay tuned. We're walking through a field because it appears that Ross has dropped one at somewhere around 500 yards here. Crazy day filled with despair and anguish, but it looks like they have 2 bucks down here. Oh mama, this one has good size. I didn't get it, but oh my goodness. Here's Ross with his buck. We weren't able to get a lot of footage because we were running and gunning all day long in side-by-sides and in trucks, jumping in and out, trying our best to hunt down antelope. It was a rough day of hunting, but in the end it was incredible because both Bart and Ross got buck antelope, and on top of that, they gave us the meat. So in the end, we still have a cooler filled with antelope meat, and that is the object, so it's a win-win. Back home to Monument, and time to process our antelope meat. We're gonna make burger. Back home with a cooler filled with antelope meat, so we have 8 quarters. 2 rear quarters from each animal, that's 4 of those. 2 front quarters from each animal, that's 4 of those. The back straps, 2 from each animal, and tenderloins. Because we're in the outdoors, grass and wood and pine needles, stuff like that, I use tweezers to pick off any hair, pine needles. I learned how to process my wild game meat by trial and error, by watching instructional videos, and by reading books. About 20 years ago, I saw a comment on one video, and this person said, you basically want to trim away anything that's not meat. Well, we know what meat is, so we're gonna trim away everything that isn't meat. Keep in mind that large game animals like moose, elk, deer, antelope, etc., they don't have a lot of fat, and the fat they have isn't desirable. It's not like beef fat where you want a fatty steak. No, no, no. You want to trim it all away, and then later on we'll add a little bit of pork fat and a little bit of beef fat. I pull all the meat off the bone and we end up with large chunks of meat like this. For lack of a better term, you could call that a roast. And then I'll go ahead and trim this down even further, pulling out all the fat and connective tissue. It's the next day and we are ready to grind meat. 27 pounds of very, very lean ground antelope or pronghorn, meat only, protein only, 0 fat. We have to add the fat, so we have about 10% beef fat or beef suet and 10% smoked bacon. A really big shout out to my friends at Weston. They hooked me up with this brand new Pro Series 22 1.5 horsepower grinder, so let's get to work, baby. Let's get this burger made so we can get out there and fire up the Blackstone. This is about 32 pounds. If this was a larger batch, I'd use my meat mixer, but today we're just gonna mix this by hand. And we'll send that through the grinder a final time with the fine grinding plate. I'll package this up off camera and we'll meet you outside at the griddle later today. Done in the kitchen, back out to the patio. I just fired up the Blackstone griddle. Let's make antelope sliders. I found these St. Pierre brioche slider rolls today, so we're gonna try to make patties that equal the size of the sliders. I have the Blackstone blackened steak seasoning. This stuff is so good. Such a great flavor. My griddle's on high because we want to sear these burger patties. We're gonna gently rub extra virgin olive oil into the griddle top. I'm using my bare hands. That is a hot griddle top. You might want to use tongs or gloves. Protect your hands. Seasoning side down. My griddle top is smoking hot. These are ready to flip in 1 minute. You can see that blackened steak seasoning doing its trick, packed with flavor, and it does help you blacken your meat. They look so good. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the temperature so I don't burn these. And over to my brioche slider rolls. By the way, looks like St. Pierre doesn't pre-slice these. I'm deducting a point for that. Really like the St. Pierre brioche bread, but I would prefer these to be sliced. And a little bit of mayo on the inside of the heels and the crowns. It helps them to toast better, gets you a better color on your bun. And I found these Tillamook sharp cheddar cracker cuts. Perfect slider size. I'm always folding my cheese so it fits my burger patty, but hey, if you don't mind spending an extra $1 or $2, just grab these little Tillamook cracker cuts. Perfect. Time to toast the brioche slider rolls. It's only been a few minutes, and as you can see, these slider rolls are perfectly toasted. A little bit of water to steam the cheese. Get that cheese melted. We're enjoying the fall colors here in Colorado. It's been about 45 seconds. Perfection. They look gorgeous. For the sake of this video and making it simple, we're just gonna do mustard and ketchup today. A little bit of mustard on the heel and down with those beautiful Colorado Pronghorn slider patties. Remember, these have 10% beef fat and 10% bacon. They are packed with flavor. These are gonna be spectacular. Today we're gonna go with a little piece of red leaf lettuce on the top of each burger. And just like with those Tillamook cracker cut pieces of cheese, I found that if you sliced a Roma tomato sideways, it is the perfect size for a slider. And a little bit of ketchup on top. Take a look at that. a whole dozen of delicious, organic, succulent Colorado pronghorn or antelope sliders. Oh, let's give it a try. Oh, looks perfect. Oh man. These are absolutely incredible. I do get questions on my personal channel, especially people asking me questions such as, Todd, what does antelope meat taste like? What does deer meat taste like, etc.? That's a tough one to answer. So much of it has to do with the care of the animal. Since I've been doing this most of my life, we find that the proper processing, the field dressing, the skinning, the cooling of the animal is of the utmost importance. We touched on that just very lightly here, but we didn't get to show that all in the video. We field dressed these antelope within minutes, within 5 minutes of their dispatch. We had them skinned within an hour and they were in the cooler on ice. That is of paramount importance, and the end result is you have delicious food that's in the freezer and it fills the family all winter. It's spectacular. A short video showing a little bit of field to table, and I apologize, in the middle there we didn't film much. Running and gunning, jumping in and out of trucks, jumping in and out of side-by-sides, the depression of driving around for 5-6 hours and not seeing anything, all that adds in. And I also film myself, so it makes it difficult, but hopefully you enjoyed some of this process from the field to the griddle to the table. Until next time, everybody, this is Todd. I'm saying praise the Lord and pass the pronghorn sliders.